What's up, friends and professionals? Welcome to another live episode of LiveTime with Alec. I'm Alec, and we're going to talk about video. If you hung out with me last week, we talked about how video matters from a leadership position, what you need to be focused on as a leader, and how you use this tool. So go back and watch that. There's a lot of foundational stuff here. But today we're going to dive down Loan Officer Edition and talk about what you can do specifically with examples, what you can do with video to make a huge impact, to drive brand, to increase conversion. All good things. Buckle up. All right, everybody. Welcome. This is going to be a fun conversation, mainly because I get the chance to get back on my high horse and parade around and beat everybody. First of all, if you're hanging out and watching, drop a comment, drop a like, say hello. Man, it's fun for me. If you're watching this in the future, hit hashtag bypass. Then I can smile when I get a little notification being like, somebody watch something. I appreciate you guys. This is going to be a good one today because we're going to get tactical. I'm not going to stay all up in the clouds about video. I'm going to get really, really foundational on what you can do today or what you should be doing today in origination to increase your conversion, to increase your connection, to build more relationships. Oh man, video is the game. It's the jam. So before we get into the actual 7 tactics that I have to share with you guys that you should be taking away from this, I want to share a couple foundational things. If you watched the last LiveTime on leadership with video, the main theme that you should have heard throughout that whole thing was that video creates human connection. And we love videos. Like we, human society, like people in society, we love videos. We watch movies. We binge watch TV shows. We love it because it's entertaining, it's connecting, it's fun, it's engaging. Pick your verb. It's those things. Yet, we got on Zoom calls, we have client consultations, and we get bored, we get turned off because we're not learning how to do video well. So, foundationally important before we go into the tactics, you have to come with me on this journey. You have to understand that video creates human connection. It creates a chance for somebody to see into your soul if you're willing to put yourself out there and build some kind of connection, have that humanity through the screen, the humanity that gets communicated through the screen. And I'm telling you, it's so crucially important for you as a professional. I don't know how else to say it and yell at you. It is so important that you start learning. Okay, so video is a skill. It's a skill. You learn it by practicing. You learn how to look at the camera. You learn how to talk naturally. You learn how to have a stream of consciousness. You learn how to do these things when you practice it. And so let me give you 6 foundational things you should be doing right now in your origination practices to increase connection, to build deeper relationships, and to drive your business forward, all right? Number 1, this is not in any particular order. This was just as I wrote them down. Video text messages. This is a no-brainer, and you should be doing it all the time. For example, when you go to meet an agent for the first time, or you have a first interaction or a phone call or whatever it is, follow it up with a video text message. Use systems like Vidyard or BombBomb. Vidyard, you can store the videos in a cloud. It's very easily done. It's an app on your phone. But because if you send a direct message in a SMS, and you got like 30 seconds maybe to send that because it gets too long, it gets too big, and the customer or the person you're trying to connect with, they can't get the file. So leverage tools like Vidyard, and I can do other stuff to explain that, but just understand video text messaging matters. By the way, not just in meeting prospects and meeting new agents. Guess where else video matters? Leads. Video text messaging for leads is insane. So at Loan Depot, and I know a lot of you work leads, but at Loan Depot, one of the core functions of our business is to drive the digital customer into local pros, down into the street level. We do that with live transfers. We do that with lead aggregation, all this fun stuff. Well, guess what cuts through the noise? And let me just ask you this question. If you're a digital customer, meaning you push buttons on the internet and you want information, guess what you probably don't want? Can you guess? You don't want someone calling you. Yeah, yes, correct. Obviously. Why? Because you would have called somebody if you wanted someone to call you. I know this is weird for people, but that's the fact. But if you do want information, you did push buttons, and you do want to get in contact with somebody, guess what cuts through all the BS? A video text message. Look, if you've ever done any type of lead work before, you understand that those leads are being pounded on by everybody. If you went back and watched my podcast on digital marketing with Mike Ashelman at Jernaya or Alan Edgett, these guys, your customers are getting tracked. They know what your customers are doing online. They're intercepting them. So when that lead gets sold and the person gets dialed, what cuts through the noise? One of the things we train here is a simple video text message. You don't even have to personalize it, although I recommend you do, because that just makes that person realize you actually cared enough to send them a personal text message. But the message goes along something like this. Hi, Mr. or Mrs. Smith. My name is Alec Hansen. I'm a loan officer at Loan Depot. We got your information because you pushed some buttons on the internet. And I'm sure you're getting calls by being harassed by tons of people in Michigan. But here's the deal. I'm local. I've lived here in this county my whole life. My kids go to school down there. I've been in the business this long. And if you're not getting what you need, I'd be happy to jump on a Zoom or buy you a cup of coffee and give you my advice. Have a great day. Bam, send, done. Video text message. This is a no-brainer how powerful video texting is to drive relationships, increase conversion, build rapport. Let's go with me on this one. Okay, number 2. It kind of jumps around a little bit, but we're going to go number 2. Every single one of you as a loan officer, every single one of you needs to have a video library on YouTube. This is a mandatory. If you don't have it right now, if I'm recruiting you, if we're hanging out and I YouTube you and I can't find you, I'm like, oh, shame. First of all, it's the second largest search engine in the world. Why would you not want to be there? Second of all, what are people searching on YouTube for? I'm going to wait. Go ahead. What are they searching for? What are your potential customers searching for? Information about mortgages. This is not surprising. This is not like a new thing that you've just learned right now. They're searching for it. So I'm going to tell you right now exactly what you need to have in your video library. All right? You need to have playlists, multiple playlists. Now stay with me. If I just lost you because you're like, I don't know how to make a playlist on YouTube, relax, there's a Google. But you need to have a playlist, and the playlist needs to be organized by topic. Let me give you your topics. Write this down. I'll wait. Get a pen. I see. Get a pen. Get a pen. Write it down. Write it down. Topic number 1. What are the top 10 things? So you're going to make 10 videos. Top 10 things, 10 videos that a first-time home buyer needs to know before they get into escrow, before they go looking for a home. Can you come up with 10 things? How much down payment do you need? What's my credit score need to be? What about Credit Karma? What are the fees going to be? What's an appraiser? What's an inspection? How do I pick a realtor? Conventional or FHA? Can I get a gift? Can you come up with 5,000 more? So that's your first playlist. Your second playlist is the top 10 things you need to know about an FHA loan. Go again. Repeat. Top 10. The third playlist, the top 10 things you need to know before applying for a VA loan. Or is a VA loan right for you? Playlist number 4, the top 10 myths about a reverse mortgage. Do another one. Have a top 10 list for a renovation mortgage. Absolutely. 203K, the whole deal. Have a top 10 list for investment properties. Can I do a renovation investment property? How does Airbnb work? Maybe even interview somebody who has a bunch of Airbnbs or a realtor. That's 5 to 6 playlists right there across the board. Oh, and your last playlist, 7th playlist, needs to be what happens in the loan process. Break it down. Break it down. From application to pre-approval, all the way down. Break it down. Why loan officers don't have this content in video on the second largest search engine in the world? You're welcome. You're welcome. Just send me your email and I'll send you my invoice for that genius. Come on. All right. Number 3, tactical stuff here. Milestone communications. Do you say the exact same thing to your customers over and over again when certain things happen in a transaction? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'll give you one of my favorite right now. When you take an application and you're preparing someone for a home loan, you always do this. Every single loan officer in the country, I don't care who you are, you always say this. Now listen, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we're going through a mortgage process, which means I need you to stay employed. Don't quit your job. Don't change your job. And I need you to not make any major purchases like a car before we close. Do you say that every time? Document the milestones, save those videos, personalize them if you can. It's a no-brainer. All right. Number 4, video consultations. My friends, these matter tremendously. Tremendously. Now, if you're an exceptional pro, you're using something like Mortgage Coach. But your ability to communicate on video about the rate and fees and process and why you is so crucially important. You should never, ever, ever, ever send out a price quote without a video attached. Never. Never, ever. In fact, I would tell you that you should absolutely always be on a Zoom live with a person while you're quoting. Now, if you're too busy for that, that's fine. If your conversion is 98% of the time you quote somebody, you convert them, that's fine. But why wouldn't you want to be in an intimate environment when you're quoting somebody a rate and understanding fees and talking through something when you can look them in the face and they can at least see you? Even if they don't want to get on the Zoom, they can see you. Oh, social media. You knew I was going to bring up social media at some point in a conversation about video, because where else would you put this stuff? But what a cool way to make an impact, to build relationship, connect with people, than using the social media sites that are already on by doing video. Now, I'm not going to give you a content strategy today. I'm not going to tell you what videos to do, maybe the ones from your social media, from your YouTube page. But I will tell you that this is a crucial no-brainer. Show up on video on social media as a strategy. It matters. Builds relationship, builds rapport. Just do it. Don't argue with me. If you're watching this, you know not to argue with me. Yes, Alec, I'm just going to go do it. And the last, which is fun and you should redo often, I mentioned the YouTube channel, but on top of your social media, your YouTube page, your LinkedIn, all those places have a place for a pinned post, which is the post that'll show up first whenever someone visits it. That should be you on video. That should be you on video talking. Hello, I'm Alec. I'm a comic book nerd who likes to do CrossFit. I've got kids, and I do a lot of videos now. Like whatever your choice, but like that's a chance for you to shine. A personal video introduction should be on the top of your YouTube page, on top of your pinned on your Facebook, pinned on your LinkedIn, and it should change with you as you change into what you're passionate about. These 6 things are absolutely critical, and they all involve video, and they all tie in to making human connection. I'll hit them for you really quick for those that just joined. Sending video text messages to leads, to prospects, to agents. Killer. Amazing. And by the way, if you work at Loan Depot and you're not doing it, you're dumb, because we pay millions of dollars in digital advertising, and every video you send somebody through Vidyard that they watch through text message, you just cookied them, and you're going to follow them around the internet. Make a video library on YouTube right now. Video library on YouTube, multiple playlists, first-time homebuyers, vets, FHA, 203K, reverse, and the mortgage process. Do a 10-part video series across all that. By the way, how many videos is that? Anyone want to guess? If I told you to do 10 videos across first-time homebuyers, VA, FHA, investment property, reno, the mortgage process. That's 6. 6 times 10 is 60. How many weeks are there in the year? 52. You just got a video a week you can post on your social media. You're welcome. Again, put your email in the comments. I will send you my invoice. Okay, the third one I hit. Video milestones. You say the same thing to every single customer multiple times throughout the transaction. Hey, we just hit an underwriting approval, or your loan just went into underwriting. Here's what to expect. That should be a video. Have it auto sent out. Hey, your loan just came back from underwriting. Here's what to expect. Hey, your appraisal just got completed. Here's what to expect. We've got to review it. I got to make sure, and then I'll give you the appraisal. And this, you say the same thing. Why are you wasting your time? Build these videos, make them look great, have them high energy, and have them sent to your customers automatically at the milestones. Master video consultations, both live and recorded. If you cannot get live on a Zoom to talk through an LE or a rate quote with your customer, which I think all of you should do if you can't meet face-to-face, which COVID is weird. If you can't do that, you need to master. You should never send out a rate quote without a recorded video. Here's why. When somebody first gets an LE, what do they do when they get an LE? You know what they do. They immediately get confused. Is what they do. Why the hell wouldn't you send a video explanation and breakdown about what to look for on the LE when they first get it? Why would you do that? Why would you not do that? When you don't do that, they just call you and harass you for the same conversation you've had 5,000 times. Well, what are prepaids and how many days are you collecting? Well, what fees could change and what fees can't? How do I know I'm locked in when I'm reading this? Why aren't all those recorded? So when you send out a quote, send out a video with every single one explaining everything going on. We already hit this when I talked about your video library on YouTube. You can just use those videos and put them on social media. Make sure to upload them natively. That's a pro tip. That didn't make sense to you. Just write down, what does upload natively mean? Don't put links on social media to places that take you off of social media. Does Facebook like it if you put a link and then when they click it, they leave Facebook? No. Facebook wants you on Facebook. All right. And the last piece of video content as a personal tip for you guys is on the top of your Facebook page, the top of your business page, the top of your Instagram, the top of your Linktree website, the top of your YouTube channel should be a personal meet you video. I'm serious. And make it as raw and organic as you can, because that video is going to get clicked on. They're going to watch it. And if it's some hyper-produced, raw cheerleaders in the background, they're going to write you off, man. They're going to be, oh, this is another commercial. Don't be a commercial. Be a human. And make some personal videos. Stick them on the top of all your socials. And you'll dominate. You'll dominate. My last comment for all of you guys is this. Through all these strategies and tips and tricks and things to do with video, you have to understand how important this medium is. It's not going away. You need to be good at it, and you can be good at it. Just take some time, take some practice, lean in. It is one of the best ways possible to make human connection. And when on this part right here, because a lot of the stuff you can see, it's a one-to-one, but this is a search engine, and this is a one-to-one, and this is a one-to-one, and this is a one-to-many. The YouTube stuff, the social media stuff, that's a one-to-many. And let me give you a little encouragement before you step out into the brave world here. I know some of you are agreeing with me on these, like, oh, I should be doing video text messages, especially to leads, cut through the BS. I should make a video library on YouTube. Yeah, I should record all these milestones and get them sent out automatically so I don't have to explain everything to my customers. I definitely should have my customer live on Zoom when I'm explaining my quote to them, or at least do a recorded video about what the quote is. By the way, pro tip, hack, super hack. If you don't know how to do any of this stuff, well, I don't have software to record a video. Yes, you do. It's called Zoom. Open it up. You can be solo artist in Zoom. Film yourself, record on this computer, not in the cloud because you'll lose all your quality, and then the video's done. It's done. It sits on your desktop. Done. Done. But when I get here, everyone gets a little bit clamped. I know I got a lot of nodding heads when I talked about all this stuff. Here's what this does, the video on social media, my guys. It gives you more chance to create human connection. You track with me on that? And that's all I'm asking you to do. All I'm pushing you to do is create more human connection through videos on social media. It's mirrored right here. Through videos on social media. Because when you do that, and people get to know you and they see your face, and even now I guarantee it, because I've seen the view count right now live, even now I guarantee people have jumped in, saw my stuff, jumped out. Jumped in, saw my stuff, jumped out. No one sits here the whole entire time unless you work for me and then you're just like, you feel like you have to. That's fine. This is when I play Let It Go. Don't stress the vanity metrics. Did you get a deal the first time you walked into that top agent's office to have a meeting, or the first time you met them at a networking event? Did they were like, oh, Alec, thank God, it's so nice to meet you. By the way, I have 6 customers to pre-qual. No. Have some perspective. We're building brand. We're building connection. That's what you're doing over here. Do it over and over again. Don't take yourself so seriously. And before you know it, the momentum will build, and this video game will click. It will make sense. It's just relationship building. I know that's scary. I'm an introvert. It's terrifying. But if you just realize the power of it, if you just don't take yourself so seriously, if you have some fun, the magic, you'll realize the magic, which is you will start connecting with humans at scale. And with that connection comes opportunity. Oh, my friends, it's so obvious to me. I want it to be obvious to you. I hope these tips are helpful. I hope you integrate them and get better. Every time you do, that the world's a better place. Every time you make a video, I smile on the inside. Get out there. Video matters. Get better at it. Get comfortable in it and take it on. My friends, I'll see you on the internet.